The more he went to the master, the more he caught the spirit of renunciation. He wished to renounce the world and went to Dakshineshwar to get his master's permission. Upon entering the master's room, he heard the master saying in a state of bhava, "What harm is there in remaining as a householder? Only keep the mind fixed upon God. The life of a householder is like fighting from within the fortress. O God, He who roused in him this consuming fire of renunciation is now directing him to remain a householder like King Janaka." The master father remarked, "Your life will set up a true ideal for the householders." The disciple had nothing to do but to obey. Later, Nagmahashaya would say, "What came out from the master's lips could not in any way be violated by anybody." In a few words, he would hit off the tendency of a man and put him on the way to the realization of the ideal. Nagmahashaya obeyed the command of the master, but his mind was greatly agitated. In his mind, he could not come to a settlement. He was in a fix. Day and night he began to pray to God and would utter with a sigh, "O Lord, my God." Now he would roll in dust, now fall on thorny plants and receive injuries. He had no inclination for food. If Suresh would forcibly feed him, he would eat, otherwise he would not. There was no knowing where he would be. Sometimes he would return home at 2 o'clock in the morning. Even the little work that he had to do could not be now done by him. Ranjit Hazra, with whom Nagmahashaya had just then become acquainted, was an honest man, though poor. He acted as a representative of Nagmahashaya in case the latter could not go out for his work. Just then, Nagmahashaya had to go to his native village for a short time. His wife was extremely affected to see her husband in that state. She understood that her husband had not the least desire for a householder's life. Nagmahashaya also made it plain to her that having dedicated himself once to Sri Ramakrishna, it was not possible for him to do anything worldly for the family. Indeed, after his last meeting with Sri Ramakrishna, every vestige of worldly inclinations disappeared from his mind. A minor incident may be mentioned here to show his mental condition at that time. His sister had grown a gourd plant in the garden. It so happened that one day a certain neighbor of his tied a cow near the plant. The rope used was too short to allow the animal to reach the plant in spite of its repeated efforts to get at it. Nagmahashaya noticed her fruitless attempts, and whether his heart was moved to pity for the poor creature or was filled with devotion for the sacred animal, it is difficult to say which. He came to the spot and untied the string of the cow, saying, "Mother, eat." The cow fell to eating to her heart's content. Deen Dayal saw all this from a distance and was quite amazed at this conduct of his son. It was too much for the old man. He remonstrated with him, saying, "You do not yourself earn anything for the family. Now, instead of doing any good turn to the family, how dare you cause such a loss to it? You have given up your medical profession. How will you keep the wolf away from the door?" Nagmahashaya replied, "You need not be anxious on that score. The Lord will see to it whatever happens." Deen Dayal rejoined, "Oh, that I know quite well. Naked you will have to roam and feed upon frogs." Without saying a word, Nagmahashaya at once put off his loincloth and brought a dead frog that was lying in the courtyard. While eating the frog, he told his father, "Now I have fulfilled both your commands. Pray never think any more about the maintenance of the family. You take the name of the Lord and tell your beads. I beseech you, I entreat you not to think of anything worldly in your old age." Deen Dayal thought that his son must have gone mad, and so asked his daughter-in-law not to do anything henceforth against his will. So long as Nagmahashaya remained in his native place, he would not give any occasion to his father to think of the family or anything worldly. He would always read out to him from different religious books and would rebuke the persons who came to gossip with his father. He used to tell them that they should not raise any worldly topic before him, else they should not go to his house. When Nagmahashaya returned to Calcutta, Suresh asked him about his father, to which Nagmahashaya replied sorely, "If a man has even once tasted the fruits of this poison tree of the world, he is doomed forever. There is no escape without the grace of Mahamaya." And then, deeply moved with compassion for his father, he began to sob and cry out, "Glory to Sri Ramakrishna! Glory to Sri Ramakrishna! Extend thy grace, O Lord, to my father." Afterwards, coming to himself, he spoke to Suresh that his father would still think of worldly things, although he was old and infirm and unable even to go out anywhere. He said that his father would not miss an opportunity to talk about worldly things if any neighbor happened to visit him. When he next saw Sri Ramakrishna after his return from the native place, he complained to the master, saying, "Sir, how is it that I have not got yet that complete self-surrender to Lord? Why is it that I am not able to overcome the impulse to rely on self-effort?" Sri Ramakrishna gently replied, pointing to his own self, "If you have devotion for this, everything will come to you automatically." Nagmahashaya used to say, "Man has no power whatsoever. Whatever the Lord wills, he gets it done through him." Sri Ramakrishna could mold the minds of men in any shape he liked. Can man do it? Noticing Nagmahashaya's strong spirit of renunciation and his desire to take monastic life, Sri Ramakrishna told him once again, continue to be a householder and remain in your own home. Somehow or other, the family will get its bare maintenance. You won't have to worry of it. Nagmahashaya, how can one remain in the home? How can one remain unmoved even at the sight of others' sufferings and troubles? Sri Ramakrishna, well, I tell you, take my word, nothing can taint you. Even if you remain a householder, men will wonder to see your life. Nagmahashaya, how should I pass my days as a householder? Sri Ramakrishna, you have not to do anything, only be always in the company of pious men. Nagmahashaya, how am I to distinguish a pious man, unintelligent as I am? Sri Ramakrishna, oh no, you have not to search for them. You remain in your own house, and the truly pious men will of their own accord to come to you.